Have you ever wondered what the worst prisons in the world are like? Well, buckle up, because we're about to embark on a chilling journey that takes us to the darkest corners of the global justice system. We've delved into the grim realities of these prisons, using criteria such as overcrowding, violence, poor sanitation, and inhumane treatment. We've relied on comprehensive reports from reputable sources like the International Center for Prison Information and the World Prison Project, among others. From the notorious ADX Florence Supermax prison in the United States, often referred to as the Alcatraz of the Rockies, to the Makala prison in the Philippines, one of the most overcrowded prisons in the world, we've got a lot to unpack. So hold on tight as we peel back the layers of these daunting institutions. Join us as we embark on this chilling journey through the world's most notorious prisons. Kicking off our countdown at number 10, we have the infamous Carandiru prison in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Carandiru, once the largest prison in Latin America, was a place of rampant violence and brutality. A place where human rights often seemed forgotten. This notorious penitentiary was home to a vast inmate population, often exceeding its intended capacity by thousands. In this chaotic environment, inmates formed their own society, complete with a hierarchy and a brutal code of conduct. The darkest day in Carandiru's history came on October 2, 1992. A riot erupted, leading to a brutal crackdown by the military police. By the time the smoke cleared, 111 inmates lay dead, marking this as one of the most lethal prison massacres in modern history. The prison was demolished in 2002, but the memory of what occurred within its walls lives on. Carandiru stands as a grim reminder of the depths human cruelty can reach. Moving on to number 9, we arrive at Gitarama prison in Kigali, Rwanda. Known for its horrific conditions, Gitarama prison paints a terrifying picture of inhumanity. Overcrowding here is an understatement, as the prison designed to hold a few thousand inmates was pushed to its limits during the Rwandan genocide, housing tens of thousands. The conditions in this prison are beyond poor. Inmates here are packed like sardines, leading to unthinkable sanitation issues. Food and water are scarce commodities, and medical care is virtually non-existent. The prison's lack of basic amenities is a chilling reminder of the human rights abuses that have occurred within its walls. But perhaps the most harrowing aspect of Gitarama prison is its role during the Rwandan genocide. The prison served as a holding place for genocidaires, individuals guilty of participating in the genocide, marking it as a testament to one of the darkest periods in human history. Gitarama prison is a haunting symbol of a nation's darkest hour. At number 8, we find ourselves in the chilling corridors of Tadmor prison, Syria. Known not for overcrowding or poor sanitation, Tadmor prison has a haunting reputation that sends shivers down the spine. During the Syrian civil war, this prison was a grim abode for political dissidents, those brave souls who dared to stand against the regime. The prison was a place of horror where the walls echoed with the cries of those who were tortured. In the bowels of this dreaded facility, lives were not just confined, but often cruelly snuffed out. Executions were a common occurrence, carried out without mercy or a second thought. The prison was a symbol of oppression, a tool for the government to instill fear and suppress any voices of dissent. Tadmor prison, a name that conjures images of ruthless brutality and inhuman acts, stands as a chilling testament to the lengths some regimes will go to maintain power. Tadmor prison's legacy is one of fear, oppression, and brutal violence. Coming in at number 7 is Sabaneta prison in Caracas, Venezuela. This facility has made headlines for all the wrong reasons. Overcrowding is a major issue, with the prison originally designed to house 700 inmates, but instead it's often home to upwards of 3,000. This intense overcrowding has led to a myriad of problems, including rampant violence among the inmates and a lack of adequate sanitation. The prison's reputation for violence is well documented, with multiple deadly riots taking place over the years. These instances of unrest have led to the loss of many lives, a stark reminder of the volatile environment within the prison's walls. And then there's the issue of sanitation, or rather, the lack thereof. With so many people crammed into such a small space, maintaining cleanliness is nearly impossible. This leads to the spread of diseases, making an already grim situation even worse. Sabaneta prison is a testament to the dire state of Venezuela's prison system. Halfway through our countdown at number 6, we have Rikers Island Prison in New York City, United States. This prison complex is infamous for its violence, corruption, and deplorable conditions. It's not just the inmates who are dangerous here. Even the system itself seems to be against the prisoners. Reports of violence, both inmate on inmate and staff on inmate, are alarmingly frequent. Corruption is rife within the prison system, with numerous cases of officers smuggling in contraband or accepting bribes. The living conditions are far from ideal as well, with overcrowding, poor sanitation, and inadequate medical care being constant issues. The disturbing state of affairs at Rikers has been the subject of countless lawsuits and media reports. It's a place that has been under intense scrutiny, with calls for reform echoing through its iron-barred corridors. Rikers Island is a stark example of the failures of the American prison system. At number 5, we find Makala Prison in Manila, Philippines, one of the most overcrowded prisons in the world. A striking symbol of the severe overcrowding issue facing the Philippines prison system, Makala Prison is known for its appalling conditions. The prison, originally built to house just around 1,000 inmates, is now home to several times that number. The severe overpopulation has led to a breakdown in sanitation, with inmates living in deplorably unhygienic conditions. Moreover, violence is a daily part of life within the prison walls, with disputes often escalating into dangerous altercations. Corruption, too, is rampant as desperate inmates and underpaid staff navigate a system that's bursting at the seams. Makala Prison is a shocking example of the challenges facing the Philippines prison system. It stands as a stark reminder of the urgent need for prison reform, not just in the Philippines, but around the globe. Coming in at number 4, we have La Modelo Prison in Bogota, Colombia. This notorious lockup is an unsettling embodiment of many of the issues plaguing the country's penal system. Overcrowding is a chronic problem, with the prison's capacity stretched well beyond its limits, creating a pressure cooker environment that often erupts into violence. A grim cocktail of poor sanitation and inadequate medical facilities further compounds the misery inside the prison walls, leading to the rampant spread of diseases. La Modelo has often been the epicenter of protests and riots, with inmates and their families demanding better conditions. The prison's history is marred with bloody uprisings, the most notable one being in the late 90s, which resulted in numerous deaths. These events underline the desperate conditions that have become synonymous with La Modelo Prison. In the end, La Modelo Prison is a grim reflection of Colombia's struggle with crime and punishment. Approaching the end of our list at number 3, we find Camp Delta at Guantanamo Bay, a United States military prison. This facility, located on the southeastern tip of Cuba, has a reputation that precedes it. Established in the wake of the September 11th attacks, Camp Delta was designed to hold those suspected of terrorism and prisoners of war, often without trial. The prison has faced a barrage of criticism due to its alleged use of torture and inhumane treatment. Reports of waterboarding, sleep deprivation, and physical abuse have emerged, leading many to question the ethical implications of such a facility. Camp Delta is not just a prison, it's a political hot potato. Its existence raises questions about justice, human rights, and the very ideals that America upholds. Despite numerous calls for its closure, the prison remains operational, with its future uncertain. Camp Delta stands as a controversial symbol of America's war on terror. At number 2, we have the notorious Bangkwang prison in Bangkok, Thailand. Often referred to as the Bangkok Hilton, this prison is far from any luxury that the name may imply. Overcrowding is a stark reality here, with cells built to house a single inmate, frequently holding up to 10. This intense overcrowding leads to deplorable sanitation conditions, where disease can spread like wildfire. The harsh conditions of Bangkwang are not limited to its overcrowding and lack of sanitation. Food and water are scarce, and medical care is often unavailable. The prison is also known for its brutal treatment of inmates, from grueling physical labor to psychological torment. A sentence in Bangkwang is not just about serving time, it's a battle for survival in one of the harshest environments imaginable. The Bangkok Hilton isn't a place anyone would want to check into. Bangkwang Prison is a chilling reminder of the harsh realities of life behind bars in Thailand. Finally, at number 1, we arrive at ADX Florence Supermax Prison in Florence, Colorado, United States. This federal prison stands as a testament to the peak of high-security incarceration. Known colloquially as the Alcatraz of the Rockies, ADX Florence is a fortress designed to contain those deemed too dangerous or high risk for standard prisons. The prison's architecture is a marvel of security design constructed to ensure maximum isolation. Each inmate resides in a solitary cell with facilities that minimize the need for interaction. The prison's isolation units, often referred to as the hole, are designed to impose solitary confinement, a method of punishment that's been under scrutiny for its harsh psychological effects. ADX Florence is home to some of the most notorious criminals, making it not just a prison but a containment unit for profound threats to national security. With its daunting high-security features and isolation units, ADX Florence Supermax prison represents the pinnacle of high-security incarceration in the United States. And there you have it, the top 10 worst prisons in the world. Each of these institutions, from the Alcatraz of the Rockies, ADX Florence Supermax prison, to the infamous Carandiru prison in Brazil, is a stark reminder of the deplorable conditions that exist within our global penal system. Overcrowding, violence, and a severe lack of basic amenities have become the grim reality for many incarcerated individuals around the globe. We've traveled from the crowded corridors of Makala prison in the Philippines to the harsh confines of Camp Delta in Guantanamo Bay. We've seen the violence of Rikers Island in the United States and the brutality of Tadmor prison in Syria. Each prison an unsettling testament to the harsh reality of life behind bars. Thanks for joining us on this chilling journey through the world's most notorious prisons. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to explore Mort's world for more epic and educational content.